Hey everybody, it's Henry Steele, and today is Friday, April 12th, 2024. And in this video, we're going to look at this past week's April 10th, or Wednesday, April 10th's price action to determine what kind of trades we might have been able to take as per our current rule set, the Support and Resistance Trading Rule Set 1.1. This is, of course, the Micro E-mini S&P 500 Futures contract, the June 2024 contract, and the 5-minute chart. Now, this is actually going to be kind of a quick video because there wasn't really any setups for us to take the trade. So this is the midnight time, Central Standard Time right here, and then this is the market open, these two vertical lines right here, 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. We see that all the pre-market price levels, support and resistance levels, were created way above where the market actually traded. So they did us no good, essentially. The reason for that was we got some news around the 7:30 a.m. time here in Central Standard Time, which sent the market down considerably. From the tippy top to the very bottom of the move was over 100 points. So we had a very, very high volatility move before the market opened, which pushed us far away from our support and resistance levels from the pre-market right there. Now, if we look right here, we see that after the big move down, we made a bottom, we bounced up a little bit, and then we made a higher bottom. So this is definitely a setup that we could get in, but it doesn't qualify because if we zoom out here, we see there's no support and resistance at this price level anywhere in the past week, so it wouldn't qualify for us. Now, in addition to that, this bottom and this bottom both happen pre-market, and the price moves above this point, which is where we would be entering long if it had been a setup that we would take. The price enters that before the market opens, so this gives us a little bit of a question here. If the market moves past this point pre-market, does that completely disqualify the trade, or since the price action continued to be around here, should we allow ourselves to get into this kind of trade in a situation like that? So that might be something to think about to add to the rule set. Now, had we been in this trade, our target would have been, as per our rules, way over here by the opposite level of support or resistance, in this case, resistance, and obviously the market never hit that. Our stop loss would have been quite a ways away from this, down here below what we could see because this move was so far right there. So we never would have been stopped out, and we eventually would have got out of the trade at like 2 p.m., 1 to 2 p.m. as per our rules. So we would have been out at possibly break even, possibly a little bit better than break even, or possibly a little bit worse than break even. Just depends on when exactly we decided to get out. So, but this trade was never qualified as something to enter. And our break and retests, as per the rules right now, need to happen from support and resistance from the pre-market. So we had no setups at all for this past Wednesday for a break and retest type trade. So this brings a couple of questions to mind. First, the one I was talking about, where if the market makes a setup pre-market and then triggers that pre-market but still is below it, is this considered, could we still get into this trade? That's something to think about. And the other thing to think about is price targets for a higher bottom or a lower top situation where we have a really huge high volatility move like this. So in a move like this, should we only maybe target half of the move or a third of the move, since this is abnormal volatility and the odds are very unlikely that during the rest of the day we'll move back all the way to the support and resistance in a case like this? So things to consider and ponder and possibly add to the rule set moving on in the future. That's it for this video, since there's nothing that really happened trade-wise as per our rules right now. So we're going to wait until next week, the third full week of the month of April here, and see how next Wednesday treats us. And if we continue to get kind of the situation where we're not able to make a lot of trades, or the trades we are able to make don't turn out very well, we're going to have to really seriously consider a major overhaul to our rule set in some form or fashion. So anyway, This is it for this week's video. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good weekend, everybody.